Hello children, in previous class we had studied the Thomson atomic model, and today's class we will learn Rutherford's model of an atom. Okay, before proposing the Rutherford model of an atom, Rutherford did an experiment. We will see the experiment first. The experimental setup for the Rutherford was as shown below. See here, this is the source of alpha particles, and this is the thin gold foil, and this is the circular fluorescent screen, and he allowed the fast moving alpha particles to fall on the thin sheet of gold. Okay, in Rutherford's experiment, fast moving alpha particles were made to fall on a thin gold foil. Okay, were made to fall on a thin gold foil. Children, alpha particles, they are helium ions. They are double positively charged helium ions. Okay, these alpha particles, they carries the positive charge. Alpha particles are the helium ions. Okay, from this source of alpha particles, the alpha particles are continuously they are made to fall on the thin gold foil continuously. Okay, as soon as the alpha particles falls on the thin gold foil, these alpha particles, they get scattered. You can see here the red color lines that you see represents the scattering of alpha particles. Okay, these alpha particles gets scattered when they are allowed to fall on a thin gold foil. Okay, thin gold foil. So like this they gets scattered. Okay, and the scattering of this particle was indicated by dark spots on the wall of this fluorescent screen. It is the circular screen, and this screen is coated with the fluorescent material. Fluorescent means whenever a charged particle will hit a particular substance. For example, if we can take zinc sulfide. Zinc sulfide is a fluorescent material because whenever this is known as fluorescent material because whenever charged particles they hits the zinc sulfide sulfide compound, this zinc sulfide starts glowing. It glows. Okay, on absorbing the energy from this charged particles, this zinc sulfide compound glows. Okay, that's why the fluorescent zinc sulfide is known as fluorescent material because it glows. It glows whenever a charged particle hits. Okay, so this circular screen is coated with the fluorescent material like zinc sulfide, and these we know that these alpha particles are helium ions. They are doubly charged helium ions, and when they are made to fall on the thin gold foil, they get scattered. Scattering of alpha particles is confirmed by this glowing of the zinc sulfide. Since this circular screen is coated with the zinc sulfide compound, when this alpha particles gets scattered, they will hit the wall of this circular screen. On hitting the spot where these alpha particles hit, that spot will glow because that screen is already coated with the zinc sulfide. Okay, this is how we observe the some of the alpha particles, they passes through the gold foil without any deflection. You can see here this, okay, this alpha particles, it has passed through the gold foil without any deflection. It moves straight, okay. And some of the alpha particles, see here, this one and this one, they are scattered or they are deflected by small angles. Okay, now here you see these alpha particles, scattered alpha particles, they are scattered in large angles. Okay, Rutherford experiments, we have seen that here whenever alpha particles are made to fall on a thin gold foil, they get scattered. Okay, while some of the alpha particles, they move through the thin gold foil without any deflection. Okay, now we will see. In this observation, in this experiment, we have observed that most of the fast moving alpha particles passed straight through the gold foil. Okay, most of the fast moving alpha particles. These alpha particles are fast moving and they are having more energy. The fast moving charged particles will carry more energy. So most of the alpha particles, okay, most of the alpha particles passed straight through the gold foil, and some of the alpha particles were deflected by the foil by small angles. Some of the alpha particles were deflected by the small angles. Okay, but out of 12,000 particles, one appeared to rebounds. Okay, one appeared to rebounds. Okay, so we will see the enlarged or magnified image of gold atoms. Okay, see here, this is gold atoms, this is the magnified image, this is also gold atom. Okay, so children, see here, these are all alpha particles. You can see here, alpha particle is moving through the gold atom without any deflection. It moves straight through the gold atom. See here, 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 here. They are moving through the gold atoms without any deflection. Okay. Now you see this alpha particle and this alpha particle. They have these alpha particles are deflected by small angles. This one and this one. Okay. And if you see this one and this one. Okay. These alpha particles, they are deflected by large angles. Okay. So from this observation, we can conclude that most of the alpha particles passed without getting deflected. This indicates that most of the space inside the atom is empty. Since the space, most of the space inside the atom is empty, that's why most of the alpha particles are passing through the gold atoms without any deflection. Okay, without getting any deflection, these alpha particles are passing through the gold atoms. Okay, children, if you see, whenever we throw the wall, whenever we throw this is one home. Here one boy is standing and he is throwing the stones on this wall of the house. So he hear the sound, some kind of sound. But whenever assume that it is the this is one pole and this is another pole. These are the roofs. Okay. In between these roofs, there is a empty space. Okay. Here nothing is there. So whenever he will throw the stone here, it easily passes in between these two roofs. Okay. So here space is empty. That's why this stone passes through this space. Similarly, in case of atoms, the most of the when alpha particles are made to fall on the atoms, that is gold atoms, these are most of the alpha particles, they passed without getting any deflection, because here the most of the space inside the atom is empty. Since the space is empty, these alpha particles are moving without any deflection. We'll see second one. Very few were deflected from their path. Okay, among all the alpha particles, only few alpha particles were deflected from their path. This indicates that the positive charge of the atom occupies very little space. Children, in this diagram you can see that, okay, this alpha particle gets deflected by small angle because this alpha particle is moving near to the nucleus. Okay, this is the nucleus. We know that nucleus consists of neutrons and protons. Okay, proton is positively charged and these alpha particles are also positively charged. Children, remember that like charges repulse and unlike charges repulse. For example, this positive charge, when they appears, when they comes close, okay, they will repel one another. Similarly, when negative charged species or molecules, they comes close, here also we'll see the repulsion. But when positive and negative ions or particles, negatively charged or positively charged particles will come close, here there is an attraction between these oppositely charged particles. So like charges, okay, like charges repulse and unlike charges attracts. ನೀವು ಬಾರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿರಬಹುದು, ನೀವು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಪೋಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ, ರಿಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದ, ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ನೀವು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಸೌತ್ ಪೋಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಒಂದ್ ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತತಿ, ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ same kind of charges, same kind of charged particles, I mean same positively charged particles will repel and negatively charged particles will repel, but positively charged and negatively charged particles will attract. Okay, this is what happens in case of this Rutherford's experiment. Here, since alpha particles are positively charged, when these alpha particles moves near the nucleus, okay, when they moves near the nucleus, it experiences some kind of repulsion from this proton which is already present in the nucleus. That's why this alpha particle is deflected by small angle. Okay, but when the alpha particle is passing through the nucleus, exactly through the nucleus, ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತಾ, ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ರಿಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ರಿಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿ ರಿಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ trying to pass through the nucleus. Since nucleus is positively charged, it will not allow the alpha particles to pass through it. Instead, it will repel these alpha particles. That's why here we see large angle of deflection. Okay, but here we'll see the small angle of deflection. Here these alpha particles are deflected by small angles. Okay. So last one, we'll see this last one. Small fraction of alpha particles were deflected by 180 degree. Okay, this indicates that positive charge and mass of the atom were concentrated in a very small volume within the atom. So ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್, ಈ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಈ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಆಟಮ್ದ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಎಟ್ ದಿ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಟಮ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ here we observe the deflection by large angle. Okay, this is what we observed in the Rutherford experiment, and we have concluded that, okay, we have concluded that in atoms there is a empty space inside the atom. There is a empty space, and the mass and the whole mass of the atom and the positive charge of the atom are concentrated at the center of the atom. Okay, on the basis of this Rutherford's experimental observations and conclusions, Rutherford developed a model known as Rutherford's nuclear model of an atom. Okay, according to this model, there is a positively charged center in a atom called nucleus. Okay, at the center of the atom there is a positive charge is concentrated. That positive charged center is known as nucleus. So nucleus is the positively charged center. This is according to the Rutherford's nuclear model of an atom. We will see the next postulate of this Rutherford's nuclear model of an atom. The electrons revolve around the nucleus in circular paths called orbits. So ಇವರೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಸುತ್ತುತ್ತವೆ. ಅದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತುತ್ತವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, children assume that this is the atom. This is the atom and this is the nucleus. Okay, this is the nucleus and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Okay, this is the electron. Okay, this electron is revolving around the nucleus in a circular path called orbits. ಈ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. The circular paths called orbits. Okay, what are orbits ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, orbits are the circular paths in which electrons revolve around the nucleus. Okay, we'll see the third postulate. The size of the nucleus is very small as compared to the size of the atom. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆಟಮ್ ದ ಸೈಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ದ ಸೈಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಟಮ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ದ ಸೈಜ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದಿ ಆಟಮ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದಿ ಆಟಮ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಐತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ nucleus is smaller than the size of the atom. Okay, and the radius of the nucleus is about 10⁵ times lesser than the radius of the atom. Okay, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಐತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದು 10⁵. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 1 ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ 5 zeros ಬರ್ತದ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಾ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಟಮ್ದ ಸೈಜ್ಗಿನ್ನ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಟಮ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ here size of the atoms and nucleus, they are measured in terms of radius. Okay, here they have considered the radius. So radius of the nucleus is about 10 raised to 5 times lesser than the radius of the atom. Okay, we'll see last postulate. Electrons and protons, that is nucleus, are held together by electrostatic force of attraction. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಾ, ಇದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ರೆವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದ. ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ whereas this electron is negatively charged. Obviously these two particles are oppositely charged particles and there is a attraction between these two oppositely charged particles. Okay, and the attractive force between the oppositely charged particles is known as electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic, it means the attractive force between the positively charged particle and negatively charged particle is known as electrostatic force of attraction. Okay, so here electrons and protons, here proton is present inside the nucleus. So electrons and protons are held together by electrostatic forces of attraction. Okay, these are the 4 postulates of the Rutherford's nuclear model of an atom. In exam, if they asked you to explain the experiment, means just you have to explain the experiment with this diagram. You have to draw this diagram and you have to explain this experiment with observations and conclusions. Okay. If they asked you to explain the Rutherford's model of an atom, then you have to draw this diagram. Okay, this diagram is used to explain the Rutherford's model of an atom and you have to write all these 4 points. Okay, so however this Rutherford model of an atom, it explains the demerits of that Thomson's model, but somewhere it fails to explain the other phenomena. Okay, we will see the drawbacks of the Rutherford's nuclear model of an atom. Okay, children, see here, according to electromagnetic theory, electro means electricity and magnetic means magnetic field. According to this theory, electromagnetic theory, if electron is accelerated around nucleus, okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಥಿಯರಿ, ಇಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಸೆಲರೇಟೆಡ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ another charged particle like nucleus, then there would be continuous loss of energy in the form of radiation. So children, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇದು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ and this electron is also positively charged particle. Here this electron is revolving around the nucleus. Okay, this electron is revolving around the another charged particle, that is nucleus. Okay, according to electromagnetic theory, whenever a charged particle revolves around the another charged particle, okay, there would be continuous loss of energy. There would be continuous loss of energy in the form of radiation. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸುತ್ತುವಾಗ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರದ್ದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಸುತ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. ಫೈನಲಿ ಅದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ. ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಹೀಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಆಗ್ತದ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, this slow down the speed of the electron and eventually the electron would fall into the nucleus, but such collapse does not occur. Okay, this concept does not explained by this Rutherford's nuclear model of an atom. Okay, so according to this electromagnetic theory, if an electron is accelerated or it is moving around the nucleus in a circular path, then there would be continuous loss of energy in the form of radiation. As continuously energy is lost, obviously the speed of the electron is lower. Speed of electron is will slow down, and after some time what happens? This electron will fall into the nucleus. It would fall into the nucleus, which is not possible. If this electron falls into the nucleus, means this atom will destroy. Okay, so this concept was not explained by the Rutherford's model of an atom. Okay, this is the drawback of Rutherford's model of an atom. Okay, this is about the Rutherford's model of an atom. Children, first see the Rutherford's experiment. It is so simple. In single line you can explain the Rutherford's experiment. Here the experimental setup is given here. You have to draw this diagram. Okay, after that you have to write the observation and conclusions. Whatever observation and conclusion from the experiment, on the basis of this Rutherford's experiment and Rutherford's experimental observations and conclusions, he developed Rutherford's nuclear model of an atom. Okay, so this is very important. These 4 points, try to remember these 4 points and the experiments and also drawback of the Rutherford's nuclear model. Okay children, in next class we will see the Bohr's model.